They also know how to create a great story. Story is something I would love to talk with you a lot about, but we don't have time today. But stories really do wonderful things. They introduce great characters. They're contagious. They focus on what happens next, and they teach us to be smart. And I'd really encourage you to not only think about storytelling, but why stories are so persuasive. Why do they work so well? And if you study what information does for you versus what a story does for you, it's really quite remarkable and helps you distinguish between these two. Look at some of these bullet points here, and you'll see stories fill you up, whereas, information fills you up, whereas stories move you on. You know, information is static, but stories can be dramatic. You know, information can tend to expire. Stories inspire. So some really interesting ways to look at the distinction between just plain writing, even copywriting, informational writing, research writing, filling pages of rich content versus telling a story. I think we need to all become better storytellers. Their content also offers what I call the extra edge. It adds new meaning and helps us distinguish from the competition. It has an authority tone to it. It offers insights. It speaks the language of the people reading the content. And it lets the story be told by trimming the fat, and it entertains us and informs us. I think great writers also understand the power of a mantra, you know, versus a mission statement, right? A mission statement is going to be a fairly mundane, boring, you know, features, benefits, or perhaps a unique value proposition that puts the customer at the centerpiece of it all. But mantras are different. Mantras really peg what exactly the value proposition is in just a few simple words. Look at some of these wonderful mantras that people have created over the years that really get right to the value proposition of what that company's DNA is all about. You know, healthy Wendy's, you know, healthy fast food, you know, kick butt in air and space, you know, the Air Force. That might be a little wild. But all of these are from a great source, The Art of the Start by Guy Kawasaki, that both Heather and I have probably seen speak at least a few times in some of the shows that we speak at. Next, they understand the paradox of choice. There are way too many choices out there with the competition, and we're in an age of what I call micro expansion, with micro breweries and small companies and people really with first of all, with a high unemployment rate. People are starting companies left and right. But next, what we're seeing is just overall, you know, micro niche marketing, and that's really making decisions difficult for the readers and the decision makers out there. So there's a new set of rules that I think are popping up, and great writers really understand that complex decision-making process. They are able to find hooks that help the message stand out, and they're creating new methodologies for the buying decision. Good examples of that are thought leadership positions as opposed to just pushing your product's benefits and features out. We're beginning to understand that we need to connect with our readers and educate them and our customers and prospect customers, and not just push our features and benefits out there. So there's really a whole different process that's happening here. Great writers also understand the sales funnel. They understand every part of the sales funnel, and they're asking questions like, okay, these prospect customers, what stage of the funnel are they in? What information do I need to get out to them? And there are different parts of the sales funnel that require different types of content and vehicles for that content to be distributed. They're also using the latest tools and methods. We've talked about a lot of these, so I'm going to skip over this. Now let's look at some quick steps that great writers are using to create this great content. First of all, I think that all great writers are thinking outside of what I call the article on page box. There's a big portfolio of content assets out there and content products out there that we all need to be in tune with. And those assets include things like articles and coursewares and ebooks and podcasts. There's a wonderful list here. But when you're developing a content marketing plan for a customer and you're a great writer, you need to be thinking about different ways that your content can be rolled out. Even rolling your content out in ebooks, which can be downloadable creatures, or printed books, which can be printed on demand. We need to be thinking much bigger than just articles. Next, you need an overall content marketing plan. We spend hours creating these content marketing plans for customers, and they involve a scope of the project, competitive research, customer research, keyword research, an SEO plan, a content plan, and finally a performance plan, and we'll touch upon some of these in a second. Great writers are using free research tools, and there are so many of them out there. Here's a great list for you. wordvision.com is our proprietary tool. SpyFu is amazing. Compete, Quantcast, SEO Toolset. These are fantastic tools that everyone listening in should be using and know about. We're developing content and editorial plans here where we're getting very granular and doing our research as to why we think a topic would be interesting. We're creating primary and secondary keywords to support SEO, and we're developing literally plans throughout months in advance of what we're going to be writing about and what we expect the impact from those content assets to offer our clients. We're developing customer profiles, and all great writers are, where we're looking at, these are two radical distinguishing profiles, but my favorite of ADD Andy, who's in a hurry, who reads headlines and wants snack-sized content, versus Sophisticated Sally, who has information that she has high demand for. She wants to read the deep details. She reads content and she wants to look at the fine print, etc. Next, we want to look at capturing mind share and market share. Few writers, I think, approach projects with the mindset that they are there to help a client improve and increase their market share, and in so doing, their mind share. And in the geeky world that Heather and I play in, we're all about looking at market share in terms of what percentage of organic traffic are you getting versus your competition. What is the ranking of your keywords that you care most about versus your competition? And these are some of the tools and technology that help us determine what market share we want to go after, how much content we will need to capture that market share, and what kind of impact and performance we should be looking for. We develop SEO plans. Look at the bottom tab of this sheet you're looking at, and you'll see we create a keyword universe with 10,000 or more keywords in it. Then we have specific weighted keywords that matter most that a client might provide to us. Then we have golden keywords that offer insight into a third of those keywords are maybe going after the top 10 keywords that they already have listings for. Another third are going after positions 11 through 50. Another third are going after 50 or greater. Harder to move in organic, but you need an SEO plan that maps this out so you can track the performance. Most importantly, I think you need to score your content for SEO strength. We have a proprietary tool called WordVision that does that for clients and tracks the performance. There's another free tool that you can go to called PageStrengthTool.com, which will actually redirect you to our page grader, which is a free tool and actually grades a page A through F based upon the organic strength of that page for a particular keyword phrase, and it offers the data that you see there.